Welcome, everyone. Today we are talking about the Energetic Erotic Blueprint. And as I said, with Patty Alfonso, this is an entire series where we're going to go through each of the blueprints. And today we are starting with the Energetic Blueprint, which happens to be Patty's blueprint.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
indeed. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Me too. I'm excited to learn from you, and I'm feeling, yeah, really grounded and confident about this series. Before we dive into the details about the energetic blueprint, I'm getting my feet on the ground flat. There was something special that you wanted to begin with, and so I'll turn the floor over to you to share.
Yes, thank you so much. I thought it would be fun if we did a few minutes of pleasure first,
Okay.
specific to each blueprint in the series that we're creating. So today, the pleasure first will be specifically around the energetic. Pleasure first is a way to connect with yourself, connect with your body, and connect to the present moment. So, if anyone is listening to this driving or busy, I would just invite you to come back to this later.
Yes, and I do happen to know that a lot of people do listen while
Yeah.
they're driving,
So
and
let's
so
not do this while we're driving. Let's just listen and then come back to doing this practice later. So go ahead. First of all, I just want you to take a look around your room. And as you do that, just breathe normally. You can look up to the ceiling. If your eye catches something, hold that gaze for a moment. We're just looking around. This is a really easy, simple way of creating safety for the body and presence. Beautiful. You can look behind you. And as you come back to center, if you feel comfortable doing so, just go ahead and close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. There's nothing to change here, nothing to do. You're just getting present with yourself and with your breath. Allowing your body to breathe normally in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And just noticing what the breath creates in your body. Maybe you let out a little sigh as you exhale. Now I want you to inhale through the nose, filling your whole torso, all the way up to your lungs. And then as you exhale, with your imagination, push the breath down and out through your legs. Inhaling through the nose, filling the torso, and then exhaling with your imagination through your genitals, through your legs, down into the earth. Beautiful, yes. Allowing every breath to relax every muscle in your body. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, continue with this breath, and bring your attention and your gaze to my left eye. And just focus, gazing into the eyes. With every breath, allowing your body to relax. And now take a moment to close your eyes again. Bring your awareness to your breath and notice What shifted when you made contact with me, another person? Beautiful. So there's just a few minutes of just finding pleasure in the breath. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. And from this space, I'll just take us right into the energetic blueprint. And if
Thank
you
you.
notice, right, I'm talking a little bit slower, a little bit softer. There's a lot more spaciousness in my words. And that is where the energetic lives. The energetic loves space, loves presence. The energetic loves the tease and the anticipation of everything. I think the most important for me, like just spaciousness. Energetics are usually, sometimes, not always, introverts, right? We like to spend a lot of time with ourselves, and we're very empathic. Yes, energetic is one of my primary ones.
Okay. Hmm.
And the journey of discovering the energetic and being in this space with the energetic is exquisite. Energetics are very empathic, so they can be very attuned to the environment and what is going on around them. Like right now, I'm really aware that there's a helicopter flying over the building. I'm present with you, but I'm also aware I have a big window in front of me. So I'm also really aware of the tree outside and really feeling into that energy. So, energetics, energy, we're all about the energy.
Okay.
What else? We love to play in polarity. So there are two kinds of energetics. There's the light energetic, which is usually all about love and the heart and peace and harmony and universal consciousness and all of the just big, blissful, expansive energies that you can think of when it comes to an energetic. And then on the other side of that polarity, we have the dark energetic. Now, this isn't right or wrong or good or bad kind of
Mhm.
polarity. We're just talking energies. So the dark energetic is more inward and more about drawing in and more just pulling you in energetically. It's a little bit more edgy than the light energetic. It's a little bit more, dark colors and tattoos kind of energy with the
What
energetic.
about mystery? I've heard that a lot of like the dark feminine has to do with the being mysterious.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that a
mystery.
part of it?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So I'm not, thank you for bringing that up, the dark feminine. And I do want to name for your audience that these erotic blueprints are not gendered.
Right. And I
Right?
have been to some events and some wonderful men and
And
non-binary individuals are really embodying this as, like I said,
yes.
individuals and coaches.
Yes, yes. So men can be energetic, women can be energetic, men can be light energetic, women can be dark energetic. So this is we're not going into gender
Thank
at
you.
all when it comes to the blueprints, and we'll talk more about that probably in some of the other I lost my train of thought. Some of the other erotic types that we go into. What else about the energetics? Introverts, empaths, really attuned to energy, really like attuned to what's going on, really needing that spaciousness and that just presence is really the most important thing for an energetic. So, some of the superpowers of the energetic
Okay.
are being able to have orgasms without being touched. The energetics, I see them like really just like imagine if you expanded your energy out. beyond your body, all the way to like the sun and Pluto and beyond. Like that's where the energetic lives. So we have access and capacities with all kinds of different energies. That idea of, universal consciousness and awareness, like we're just really tapped in this outward kind of way. Mystical experiences, awarenesses of past lives, your ability to perceive things that are not seen by the physical eye are some of the superpowers of the energetic. Like sometimes if your partner is having an orgasm, you can just feel that energy and have an orgasm yourself. So the
Okay.
energetics, I feel like we can be some of the most misunderstood, because we do need a lot of space for turn on. And as a matter of fact, what I mean by space, right, is literal physical space. So when I think about like me and my partner, uh, my turn on increases the more he is walks away or is farther away from me. Sometimes we like to play with, go on the other side of the room and flow me sexual energy.
I've heard this about energetics and I'm fascinated.
Yes. Do you have
So
questions? Tell me. Yes, please.
well, I know a lot of people in the erotic blueprints community do focus on these touch-free orgasms. I mean that is fascinating.
Yes.
And so I guess first of all, if you could just tell us like what that even means. And then I have heard some energetics talk about this thing, not just you, about being on the other side of the room from their
Mhm.
partner. I can't, I guess, relate to that. I'm really into PDA. I do get turned on just generally seeing my partner,
Uh-huh.
but I want him close and I want
Yeah.
the touching, I guess. And so
Yes.
yeah, I can't really relate to playing with that the way that you just described you and your partner.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And what you just described is a different erotic blueprint, which will go into our
Yeah.
next call. So I'm
My
going to hold my
blueprint.
comments on that, but I love that you just shared that. And what is your question about that? So I hear you that you can't relate to it, that you love the touch and the being close and the
Mm.
PDA and all of that. So go ahead. What is your specific question about that?
What does it feel like to
Right.
play with this? And then when you are apart, and like, how does this work exactly? Is he looking at you? And then, I mean, how does it feel in your body
Yeah.
to have this experience or this play,
Yes.
as you
Yes.
just
Yes.
said?
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, have you ever eaten something so delicious that it just gives you full body goosebumps?
Yes, I can think of a couple things.
Yes. So those full body goosebumps, like from the inside, it's tickling from the inside. And when we're talking about the energetic, it's like when you perceive and feel energy, right? Like I can feel my hand right here making contact with my body. Yeah, so let's go ahead and try that. Actually, let's
Yeah.
rub your hands like this. Rub
Mhm.
your hands, creating a little bit of energy, a little bit of friction. Take a deep breath. Ah. And then I want you to just hold your hands a little bit far apart.
Mm.
And then gently come in. Yeah. And then come out. Do you notice anything?
It actually does feel a bit like a rubber band in that I can
Yeah.
feel them connecting. It's almost
Yes.
like from my middle finger down to my wrist.
Yes.
I Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like the that
Exactly.
part is very
That is
connected.
exactly. So that in that you're feeling the energy that is between your hands.
Mhm.
So this is where the energetic lives in this space. Now, bring your hands close together, all the way close together,
Oh, okay.
like
Without
make them
touching. Okay.
touch. Do you feel anything?
Well, so now all of my hands are connecting with the other.
Yeah.
of each other, excuse me.
Yeah. So now bring them close together, like have them touch. Yeah. And now now how does it feel?
I feel it mostly in the palm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now
Mhm.
pull it apart.
And also a little in my chin for some reason.
Uh-huh. Love that. So now pull it apart.
Mhm.
And what do you feel there?
Now it's the middle of my hands
Mhm.
are connected.
Mhm. Beautiful.
Mhm.
What about the intensity of what you're feeling? Did it get bigger as you pulled them apart or smaller?
It got smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So and for people who we can stop with doing that. So for people who are listening, if you're really energetic, right? So you could feel it more as they came apart. And as it got together, like for example, when I put my hands together, it just goes "Mwah," like
Okay.
like I feel my
Oh,
hands
I
touching.
see. Whereas when I was like this right after we rubbed them, like they were connected in all these ways. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, I got like smaller and smaller parts of the
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah. And then when I put mine together, like the energy, I can feel my hands touching each other, but I can feel the energy between the hands much more over here. So when someone is standing, or my partner's standing in the other side of the room and I'm over here and he's flowing energy, right? He's allowing his body to be turned on. He's running all of that energy through his whole body, and then he's flowing that energy at me, and that I can feel it from all the way over there. So it's like it's coming, kind of from the outside in, and then you can feel it in your whole body, not just concentrated like to your genitals.
Mhm.
Um, so the thing about the energetics, so let's talk a little bit about the shadows now to kind of
Okay. Okay.
explain what.
Mhm.
So what happens with the energetics is that me can get easily overwhelmed, right? By a lot of energy coming our way. This is where your energetic practices can help you with that. But that's why, like, when you come close together, it's like too much, right? Too much, too soon, too fast. It can
Mhm.
overwhelm the energetic system and the energetic body. And that then creates like turn on to disappear, which is why people can often be really confused about the energetic because, they're flirting with their partner, maybe they're texting, maybe they were out at a party and they're looking at each other from across the way and the turn on is incredible. And then they get home and as soon as they've come close together, if there isn't like a modulation of energy in enough space, then it can overwhelm the system and then the turn on is gone and they don't know where it went and things got shut down. So energetics can be stuck like in hypersensitivity, right? Our sensitivity is our gift, right? It's a superpower as well. But if your body is stuck in hypersensitivity, then it's going to be really hard to have physical contact because your body gets really tense. One of the shadows of the energetic, for example, is not having clear boundaries, not being able to speak up for yourself, right? So let's say, you're very, very energetic, but you've kind of just like said yes to sex, kind of like as obligation, or maybe
Uh-huh.
you're really empathic, you don't want to disappoint your partner. So you just kind of say, okay, well, I'll just go with it, and you override your body's needs. What happens over time is that the body armors and the body becomes tense and stiff, and sex can become painful in those kinds of situations. So for the energetic, it's really, really important to own that, right? Wow, if that is what you are, energetic, and really owning that you need a lot of space and a lot of time. And when your body signals overwhelm, when your body signals too much too fast, then to listen to your body and be able to say, hey, can we slow down? Or can you just like step back a little bit? One time my partner was going down on me, and God bless him, he was just going to town and
Loving life.
huh?
Loving life.
Loving life. But my whole body was like, it was too much, too much. So I asked him actually to pull his face away and go down on me from a foot away. And then my whole body relaxed, and the cunnilingus became even more enjoyable. And he just started laughing. He's like, man, I was giving it all my
Giving
100%
it all.
effort, and who knew all I had to do was like lean back and kind of go like that a little bit, because it was the
So you
energy.
leaned, so you just somehow physically created more space between maybe your head and his tongue.
Well, my between my pussy and his head, I just asked him to step back a little bit and
Mhm.
to just eat me out energetically. And then
Oh,
my body relaxed. And then, I was able to like receive all of that. Now, this
mhm.
isn't to say that energetics can never have physical contact. That is partly in the shadows, is that
Okay.
you
I
don't.
was like, I hope you're actually having intercourse
Yes, yes, yes.
eventually.
But it just, and I hear this from clients all of the time. It takes me so long to get there.
Mhm.
Right? If you're someone who's like, oh, it just takes me forever to get there, you might be a little bit on the energetic spectrum. And that's okay. We have to normalize that it takes some people at least 45 minutes, at least, right? And I'm saying people in general because men can be energetics as well. And they may really enjoy that distance and that separation, not separation, but as what there is no separation if you're connected
Right.
energetically.
Mhm.
I just want to pause and see if you have any questions or.
I mean, I think I'll always be curious about what type of orgasm you have without touching. Maybe just in a nutshell. I mean, that's just fascinating
Yeah,
to
yeah.
witness.
The orgasm, so when we think about orgasms, first of all, there is such a wide range of orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
There's the direct clitoral stimulation orgasms, there's cervical orgasms. With an energetic and even a sensual, you can have orgasms just by like rubbing a crease on the
Okay.
body.
Haven't played with that one before.
Yeah. Or like
Okay.
Jaya, who is the creator of the blueprint, she always talks about like the back of the knee is an orgasmic place for her. And
Okay.
the energetic orgasm, I can only describe it as if you are, for me, I'll use words for me. It's like my body is this portal to pleasure, and there is pleasure just coming out of every pore. It's a full body, like universes, universal portals of pleasure just pouring out and pouring out and pouring out. Like a clitoral orgasm can be, what, like 10 seconds of just this like intense
Mm.
pressure and like explosion.
Yeah.
But like the energetic orgasm is waves. It's waves of, and if you're really just like fully in your body and allowing your whole body to experience it, and then that trickles, out into the universe, and it's just very mystical. It's like a mystical experience.
Okay.
And I do want to say that these are there's the 5 different erotic blueprints, and we all have access to all of them. And the thing is that we just haven't been taught how to harness our energetic capacities. I love working with energetics and expanding your energetic blah, 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 expanding your energetic capacities
Mhm.
to have more pleasure, hold more pleasure, give more pleasure, in all in all the forms.
Yeah, that's one reason I love the blueprints is you come to embody yours. One last question before we wrap up.
Mhm.
Let's think about if your partner is not an energetic,
Yes.
wants physical foreplay, wants intercourse, or how do you navigate that?
So if one partner is an energetic and the other is not, what that other partner needs to be aware of, and listen, this is about having the desire to learn the language of your partner. both partners, learn
Yeah.
each other's languages, learn
Mhm.
each other's types, get to know each other. Like if you went on an international trip and you fell madly in love with someone in France and they only spoke France, I think you would try to learn French.
Mhm.
If you just had this connection, I think you would try to learn French to make it work, right? So this is about learning your partner's language. For the non-energetic partner, I want you to remember tease, anticipation, and space. So how can you create that with your partner? How do you tease them? Maybe before you go to work, I can't wait to, you know, worship your body tonight.
Oh yeah.
Or for me and my partner for a while, like I was like, I need you to give me like a week.
Give you what?
A week, you know,
Okay.
um,
Of
um,
teasing and
of
non-physical
tea. Yeah,
foreplay?
yeah. And look, this is all about continuing to add to fan the flames of your desire in your relationship. So how can you tease them throughout the day? Maybe it's a little bit of sexting. Maybe it's a little bit of I want to worship your body tonight. Um, for the for the energetic, yeah, so anticipation, like putting it in the future, planning things and then fanning that flame for a little while. Energetics love presence. So even some of that eye gazing that we did during the beginning of this episode, just sitting with your partner and breathing with them before you go straight into, the act. Maybe it's playing some soft, gentle music and just breathing with your partner, making that eye contact and getting fully present in your whole body, slowing down, right? So the energetic touch, I'm just going to show you it. You can start here,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then as you come closer, it's very, very soft, gentle, tickle touch. That's where you start with the energetic. And you don't go straight for the genitals or straight for the breasts or straight for the kissing. Like start on the legs, get yourself a little feather.
Yeah, I have some too.
And then
Oh,
just,
beautiful.
like massage your partner with that feather touch. Um, Energetics, I think those are the main things. Space, slow down in the way that you talk, slow down your breath, come deeply into your body. The energetics live in the subtleties, right?
Mhm.
So, probably I can't wait to fuck you tonight is going to be a little bit intense.
Okay, yeah, that's I can
That's a
see
different
that.
blueprints
Yes.
language,
Mhm. Yep.
right? So gently, softly, I want to worship you. And I want to invite everyone who is listening to take the in-depth erotic blueprint quiz
Mhm.
because I could go on and on and on, and there is so much to talk about. But when you take the in-depth quiz, you're going to learn first what is your erotic blueprint. You're gonna there's comes with an in-depth personalized report that tells you how the different erotic blueprints play with each other. You're going to learn more about the shadows, more about the superpowers. You're going to learn about how to play with your partner's blueprint. You can also learn about the stages of sexuality. And when you put all of those things together, including like any obstacles or pathways that you have, when you put all of those things together, then you're really getting to know yourself and your body and your partner and your needs and your desires. So I know that we'll put the link somewhere in the show notes.
Yes. I will leave you with that
PattyAlfonso.com.
invitation to
Yeah,
yeah, to
thank
please
you.
go. And yeah, I'll post it everywhere. It's
Yeah,
really fun.
yeah,
Have your
yeah.
partner do it too if you are partnered.
Yes.
Wow. The energetic blueprint. Thank you so much. This is going to be the first part in the series.
Mhm.
I learned a lot, and that was very beautiful. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
And maybe
appreciate
you're
you.
an energetic and maybe you're not, right? But
Hmm.
if you come across an energetic, right, you want to have some information, because these blueprints, they're not just for the bedroom, right? They can bleed into your whole life. So if you can become an erotic
Mhm.
detective, right, and kind of spot, oh, that looks like an energetic, or that looks like a sensual, or and then just be in the curiosity of all of these different blueprints and how we can learn to please each other in all of the different areas, with the goal, I think, to have access to all of them and be able to play in all of the the different
Mhm.
blueprints.
Mhm. Thank you. And we're going to be encouraging people to do that in this series.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I really look forward to the next blueprint that we're going to be talking about. We're not going to give any teasers yet.
Not yet.
Mhm. All right. And thank you to everyone who watched this. Thank you to everyone who listened to it. Thank you for your curiosity. Get in touch with Patty if you want to learn more. Get in touch with either of us if you just like to share what you thought of this. And we'll see you next time on Sex and the Solo Girl.